everybody, it's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean, and I'm here to guide you through today's core and stretch class, which is going to start from a standing position. I do recommend for today's class that you either have a block or maybe some really light weights, like 3 pounds or less. As always, encourage you to have some water nearby. If you want to put on some encouraging music, go for it. I'm just gonna make sure everything is streaming properly right over here. We're gonna get started. So good. Also, practice what I preach and grab my water really fast. All right, Uncle Buck, it looked like you were ready to kick things off for us. Great, so we're starting from a standing position today. Go ahead and bring your feet together. Maybe your heels and toes are actually touching each other. Relax your arms down by your side. Take a moment to really ground through your feet, and then notice as you ground through your feet how the rest of your body is standing and reacting. So what does that mean? I know a lot of us tend to bring an extra little like tooching the booty tooch. I think that's what Tyra Banks used to call it, when you just like stick your glutes out for the lower lumbar doses. So if you notice that you tend to stand that way, work to kind of squeeze your glutes. Try to create as long of a line as you can, starting from your heels, working your way up. So hips stacked on top of heels, shoulders stacked on top of hips, ears right on top of shoulders. And that might mean, like we were practicing 2 weeks ago, really pulling your chin back forward. So just take a moment in this mountain pose while I brag the bird with the couple of snacks, because she seems like she needs them. Hello. Okay. Awesome. And from here, let's get a little half moon hands to feet pose. So heels toes still touching each other, still a little squeeze of the glutes, hips are coming forward. Might feel a stretch even in those hip flexors. Might already even feel a stretch in your chest with it open. Turn your hands palms forward. And on your next inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Reach up from the waist, and on your exhale, simply relax your hands down by your side. Let's do that 2 more times. So inhale, turn hands palms forward and up. The full length of your breath, and exhale, arms relaxed down by your side. 1 more time, we're gonna inhale those arms up. So turn hands palms forward, inhale, arms up. Turn your palms in towards each other. Next inhale, stretch up from the waist. Once more, big length from the fingertips, from the crown of the head. Exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale, reach over towards the right side. Exhale, stand yourself up. Inhale, stretch up from the waist. Exhale, left hand comes down. Still keeping with that length. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, reach over to the left side. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, right hand comes down. Keep reaching up through the left hand. Keep creating space of shoulders away from ears. Inhale, find your stretch. Exhale, back up towards the front. Inhale, left hand comes down. Exhale, reach your right hand over. Inhale, both arms come back up overhead. This time, palms together, interlace your fingers. I'm making a delightful finger gun. I know you can't see it, but I promise that it's there. And then squeeze your shoulder blades together. Work to find a little bit of locking in your arms, and then squeeze through your glutes. So inhale, lift through your chest. There's a little bit of a back bend happening. And on the exhale, we're gonna reach over towards the right. So let's take 3 more breaths here. So inhale, find a little bit of lifted length. Exhale, reach over towards the right. Now check in with yourself and bring your right shoulder forward. Bring your left hip forward. One more inhale, lift up. Exhale, reach your hips over to the left. Inhale, back up through center. Take a moment, keep your arms there. Relax, shoulders away from the ears. Take that big lift through the chest, still a big squeeze through the glutes. Reset mentally, biceps right by your ears. Inhale, stretch up, and exhale, reach over to the left. One more time, just like that, full length of your breath. Inhale, find your lift. Exhale, take your stretch. Now from here, left shoulder forward, right hip forward. One more time, inhale, find your length. Exhale, find that big reach to the side. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, relax your arms down by your side, coming back through your mountain pose. Great. Awesome. We're gonna make our ways down to the mat. I know I told you to bring some light weights today. And I also wish I mentioned to bring a slightly heavier weight. So if you happen to have a slightly heavier weight or 2 nearby that you can just grab right now, let's go ahead and grab that. I'm actually gonna take 2. I'm gonna take 2. All right, so we're gonna get through a quick little circuit. Coming up next, the first move that we're gonna do is glute bridges. Let's work for just about 40 seconds for each move, and then we'll take about a 20-second rest. We got 9 moves total. So go ahead, plant your feet firmly on the mat. You do not have to be using any weights right here. Turn your toes gently out towards the side. Inhale, lift yourself up, and exhale, slowly lower down. Just warming up that posterior chain with some glute bridges. Lots of weight in your heels. You're moving at the pace of your breath. So if you happen to be breathing a little bit faster, you can always lift and lower a little bit faster. Take a moment at the top to really find that squeeze to engage through those glutes just a little bit more. 10 more seconds right here. If you're not feeling it in the glutes at all, maybe turn your feet out just a little bit more. Keep your heels right where they are though. On this next exhale, slowly lower down. We're gonna keep feet on the floor, or we're gonna keep backs on the floor. The next move that we're gonna do is gonna be a nice lat pullover. So either with one or both weights, you're gonna bring the weights all the way overhead, tap down towards the floor behind you, and then right back up to center. Let's go ahead and make that happen. So feet firmly planted on the floor can make it a bit easier for you to really keep that lower back engaged down with the mat. Or if you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, you can also bring your legs into reverse tabletop, which is still a great opportunity to really draw that lower belly in and firmly plant your low back down on the mat. So we're just kind of building through some motions right here, starting off by engaging the glutes. Now we're engaging a little bit more through the upper part of the body. Go ahead, relax the feet down towards the floor. I do believe that next we're gonna put it all together for a little bit of a dead bug. I am correct. So once again, you can use weights. You don't have to. You can keep your knees bent, or you can work to straighten that opposite leg out. Opposite arm is gonna work with opposite leg. Go ahead, join me right here. Weights are a little heavy as I'm still finding my post-COVID recovery. But just a great reminder that every day is different and we're just working with the body that we have today. Halfway. Ooh. For 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Plant your feet down. Put your weights down if you were using them. And next up, we've got a plank. I know, We've got a 40-second plank. We're gonna go for a 40-second straight arm plank. All we're gonna do is our best. Let's get into it right now. Try to keep your hands, palms right underneath of your chest and shoulders. If you need to have your knees down on the floor, you can have those knees down on the floor, still bringing that chest forward. We are halfway through right now, so do your best. The great news is there are more push-ups. I'm sorry, well, those are coming too. But there are more planks coming your way today. Woo. They're one of the best iso-prone ab exercises that you can do, but they are also delightfully hard. All right, walk those legs in, take a moment. You can give yourself a cat-cow. Next up are push-ups. You can do any type of push-up that you want to do, but with the best form possible. I know I'm not feeling my strongest, so I'm going to stay right here in a tabletop and be like one of those birds drinking water so I can feel it in my triceps. Let's get started however you're doing it. I'm taking a nice gentle tip forward, really pushing into the hands, palms, trying to keep that back active as well. But I like this version of the push-up. I feel like it's a good midway between when you're standing and you need to do it against a wall or a desk. I really feel this working. The triceps, and then through the chest as you press back up, way more than I would feel it if I walked back. And I just don't have the strength right now to sustain that full form of getting all the way down. All right, we got a couple more seconds right here. You did it. Next up, we have, I spit a little, forearm plank with some alternating leg lifts. I know, Jessica. All right, so stepping back into that plank, we're gonna just squeeze the glute and lift our foot up off of the floor. It doesn't have to come super high. It can come super high if you want it to. Otherwise, just that little squeeze and then pause for a moment with that foot off of the floor. So it's a little squeeze of the glute to find that engaged lift. Can you keep your eye gaze forward? Can you keep your back engaged? I need to take a quick break. We got just about 10 seconds left though, so coming right back in as soon as I feel ready to finish. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Lower yourself all the way down. Next up, we've got a Superman pass. I'm actually going to turn this way. So this is where the lightweight comes into play. For your Superman pass, you're going to reach something behind you, pass it to one hand, bring it all the way back around, and then you can lower down if you need to. Let's get started. So lifting everything up, reach all the way behind you. Maybe your chest lifts even higher as you reach that object behind you. And then lower down. And can you go in the opposite direction? We're just about halfway through. Woo. 10 seconds left. If you need to, you can even keep the tops of your feet down on the floor. Just focus on lifting up through the chest and upper back. Yay! We made it. All right. We got just a couple moves left. One more plank. We've got our plank into down dog, into bear. So let's make it through the motion together, pressing ourselves up in 3, 2, 1. We're in our plank. Send your hips up towards the ceiling. Find yourself in down dog. Shift the weight back forward towards your shoulders. Plank. Walk one foot in at a time. Knees just hover up off of the floor. Walk those legs back into your plank. Send your hips up into your bear. Down dog, sorry. And you can have a generous bend in your knees if you need to for down dog. And you can have that generous bend in your knees for your bear. We've got 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. One more move for the core before we flip it over and do a little bit of a spine strengthening series. Go ahead lay down on your back. Send your legs up towards the ceiling. If you need to, you can always have your thumbs under your bum. Go ahead, bring your knees in towards your chest. Flex your toes towards your face. Press through those legs, heels as close towards the floor as feels good with the lower back still touching the floor, and then legs up. Knees to chest, flex your toes, press through your heels, lift up, knees to chest, press through your heels. Pause out here for a second, and then reverse direction, knees towards chest, lift legs up. Now straight legs, lower those legs down. Knees to chest, send legs up, straight legs, lower legs down, and release them all the way down to the floor. I'm even gonna bend them, I feel a little limited in space. Take a gentle windshield wipe of those knees in opposite directions. And then we're gonna roll over onto our bellies. Let's do the most complicated rollover possible. All right. So next we're gonna do a little modified spine strengthening series. I want you to take your hands palms, eye gaze down towards the floor, and bring your hands palms in line with your chest, such that your thumb is touching towards the middle of your chest. And if you lowered your fingers down towards the floor, the tops of your shoulders would touch down towards the tops of the fingers. Go ahead, walk your legs together and press the tops of the feet down into the mat so that your kneecaps lift up. And then squeeze your glutes, press your pelvis and lower belly down towards the mat. So you might have already noticed a bit of a lift in your chest just from engaging through the lower portion of the body. Take your shoulders, roll them down and back. Squeeze shoulder blades in towards each other. So before you're even lifting, your face might not be touching towards the mat, and your elbows are already starting to stretch down towards the hips. Take the weight or pressure out of your hands as much as possible. They're just there for a little bit of balance, and on your inhale, look up with your eyes. Stay there for your first exhale. Only let about half of the air out. Inhale one more time, look up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Squeeze elbows down towards your back. And exhale, lower yourself all the way down. Let's do that one more time. So press the tops of the feet into the floor. Squeeze the glutes, press the pelvis and pubic mound towards the mat. Squeeze shoulder blades together, elbows stretch down towards your hips. Use your first inhale and look up, actually look up towards the ceiling. A little bit of an exhale, about half of the air. One more inhale, look up, lift up, very little weight in your hands, squeeze, 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 and exhale, slowly lower yourself down. Relax your arms down by your side. Go ahead, turn one ear towards the mat. I can't get my ear towards the mat with my glasses on. Just giving you the opportunity to get a little extra stretch in your neck for a little bit of a savasana on your bellies for a moment. All right, so we did a little bit of cobra. Now we're gonna go for half locust. So palms are facing up at the moment, and your fingers are stretching down towards the bottom of the mat. Turn your hands palms over. Palms are gonna face towards the floor, and then even move your body a little bit right and left and see if you can get your arms underneath of your body. Maybe you can get your arms, elbows all the way under. Maybe you can get your little baby fingers to touch. Maybe that's a little too much pressure on your elbows and you don't even have your arms under your body, and that's okay too. All right, just find what works for you today. You can take a little bit of a rounding through the shoulders, a little separation of the shoulder blades, but for now, also keep your mouth kissing down towards your mat towel. Relax your left leg completely. Take any tension out of that left glute, and then squeeze your right leg. Point your right toe. I know that your hip bone might be pressing into your forearm. Understood. Use your next inhale to lift that right leg up. So squeeze from the glute, lift the right leg, really stretch your toes back. Try to lift it to a 45-degree angle. That's half of 90. One more inhale, lift it up. Woo. And exhale as slow as you can. Slow, 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 slow. Doesn't matter if you didn't lift up very high. Release that right leg down towards the floor. Oh, relax it completely. Go ahead, lock your left knee, point your left toes. Press those hands palms into the floor. Mouth is still kissing down towards the mat. On your next inhale, lift your left leg up. Really normal if one leg lifts up higher than the other. Keep stretching your toes to try and touch the wall behind you. Squeeze your glute. One more inhale. Lift that left leg up. And exhale. Slowly lower down. Ooh, keep your mouth kissing down towards the towel. We're just keeping the wrinkles out of the neck. Squeeze those legs together. Tighter is lighter. Really squeeze your glutes. Press your pelvis down towards the floor. Inhale, lift both legs up. Shift the weight forward slightly towards your shoulders. One more inhale, squeeze and lift. And exhale, slowly lower down. Release your arms from underneath you. Turn towards the right. All right, next we're gonna go for some full locust. That was a nice modified half locust too. We took the extra stretch out of your neck that you would normally do with a lot of locust postures by keeping mouth down on the towel instead of stretching forward. Hopefully that felt good. A little bit of a relaxation for that upper neck. So this time extend your arms all the way out towards the side, like an airplane, and hands palms in line with your shoulders. In line with your shoulders, or maybe even a little bit higher, maybe even at head height. I think it's easier to find a big lift if your hands are in front of you when you lift up versus when your hands are behind you. But you know what? Let's try it twice, and you can try both if you want. All right, so arms out towards the side. Before you even lift yourself up, bring those legs together. Press the tops of the feet together, squeeze your glutes. Press your belly button towards the mat. You might even notice your chest already lift. Check and see if your shoulders are rolled down. Squeeze your shoulder blades together so armpits already lift up off of the mat. Knees are still engaged, locked, lifted on your inhale. Lift everything up at the same time, like a 747 taking off. Eye gaze up towards the ceiling, squeeze shoulder blades together, look up, one more inhale, lift, and exhale, slowly lower down. How was your landing? Mine was a little bit bumpy, I cannot lie. All right, so now I'm giving you the opportunity to try it the other way. I'll try it the other way too. Once again, squeeze those legs together, press the tops of the feet into the floor. Squeeze shoulder blades together and seat them down your spine. So already armpits have lifted off the mat. And if you want, you can bring your hands back. Let's see what happens. When we do that, we're still gonna look and lift with our eyes. So on your next inhale, lift yourself up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those legs together. Keep looking up. One more inhale, squeeze and lift. And exhale. Slowly lower yourself down. Bring your hands in. Make a pillow with your hands. Place your forehead on the pillow. Relax your shoulders away from your ears once more. Go ahead, bend your knees. Windshield wipe your legs in opposite directions. Really relieve any tension that might have built up within your lower back. Great, and then feet back down towards the floor. Bring your hands in close by your chest. We're gonna press ourselves all the way back and come into child's pose. You can open your knee as wide as you want. Relax your forehead down towards the floor. If it feels good on your shoulders, you can stretch your arms forward. You can even tent your fingers like a spider or like the top of a cupcake to help create that extra stretch. Really work your glutes towards your heels. Or you can take a generous bend of your elbow because it's your practice. So you got to do what feels right for you. Take 3 more breaths here. And then if you walked your hands back towards your heels, or if you have your hands all the way forward, go ahead, bring your hands palms back in line underneath of your chest and shoulders. Press yourself up. Come on into tabletop. Give yourself a couple cat-cows right here. Just about 2 more breaths, 1 more cat, 1 more cow. And after you finish those 2, pass through a quick neutral tabletop. And then sit your glutes down on top of your heels. So just coming into a kneeling position. Stack your head over your heart. From here, let's inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, we're gonna turn and come into a twist. So bringing those arms down, you can bring them wide, you can bring them narrow, whatever feels good. It just feels nice to reach them sometimes. I'm gonna walk the fingers of one hand close towards the lower back and then squeeze that shoulder blade in. And the other hand, I have close by my inner thigh, helping me to create a nice twist. Make sure shoulders didn't creep up towards ears and you didn't bring a lot of rounding. So a big lift and pride through the chest and turn and look over the shoulders. We just prepared for this moment with all of that spine strengthening and length that we created, and also all of those planks and the Supermans just engaging through the front and back side of the body. Let's inhale back through to center. Exhale, relax for a moment. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, take that twist. Come into the opposite side. Inhale, find your lifted length. Shoulders coming away from your ears. Exhale, twist. 1 more time. Inhale carefully back to center. Exhale, bring your hands back into your lap. Great. Bring your hands, palms back towards the mat. Go ahead, tuck your toes under, send your hips up towards the ceiling. Take a quick little pedal through your heels. And then try and drop both heels towards the floor. You can still have a generous bend in your knees to bring your belly towards your thighs while you work to stretch those heels towards the floor. It does not matter if they do not touch. But how straight of a line can you create from your wrists all the way up towards your hips? Take a moment, really think about pressing the feet into the floor, separating through your glutes. Awesome. And then walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands. Take a moment when you get there to just dangle, shift some weight back into your heels. Take that generous bend of your knees to bring your belly towards your thighs so that your back can feel supported and relaxed in this stretch. Ooh. Awesome. If the floor feels really far away, go ahead, grab your opposite elbow. I like this opposite elbow grab. I know I can touch the floor, but it helps me to open through the back a little bit more. As we're closing things out, take a moment, shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. Weight back into your heels, generously bend your knees, slowly roll yourself up. 1 vertebrae at a time. Once again, stack your head over your heart, over your hips, over your heels. Inhale, arms up overhead. Look up for a second, get that stretch on your throat. Ooh. Exhale, relax, arms down by your side. Come back to your mountain pose. Don't move. Start to squeeze your glutes. Bring your hips forward. Find that alignment one last time for 3 more breaths. Awesome! Great job, everyone. I hope that you are finishing and feeling good. I hope you're feeling strong and ready to crush the rest of the day. I can't wait to see you again on Friday for our yin yoga practice. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Keep breathing, keep moving, and keep doing your thing.